Good morning, boys and girls. This is a story that we're going to be reading today called Dora's Eggs. It was written by Julie Sykes, and the pictures were done by Jane Chapman. Remember, the person that writes the words is called the author, and the person that draws the pictures is called the illustrator. Dora's Eggs is a fun story, and it talks about lots and lots of feelings that Dora the hen has about her eggs. Here are some feeling words that we are going to hear in the story. Feeling words from Dora's Eggs. Proudly, excited, sad, glum, miserable, happier, proudly. We're going to listen for these words as we read Dora's Eggs. Think about what proudly means. It's on our list twice. Dora felt proud or very happy with herself over her new eggs, her very first eggs. She was excited, and then she felt sad and glum and miserable. Glum and miserable are also words for sad. Sometimes when you feel sad, you just don't know what to do. You think about everyone else has this thing or that thing and you don't, and then you feel miserable. But then you realize that what you have makes you happier than having what everyone else has. And then you become happy that they have their things and you have yours. And that made Dora feel very proud again. So let's get to our story about Dora's Eggs. Dora's Eggs by Julie Sykes and pictures by Jane Chapman. Dora is a hen. Now, what do hens do? We know that hens lay all kinds of eggs. Lots and lots of eggs. And hens typically live on a farm with other farm animals. And look, here's our copyright information, copyright page, and our dedication page, all on the same one. That was smart. Save a little paper. Our title page. And finally, the beginning of our story. Dora was sitting on a nest of eggs. They were shiny, brown, and smooth to touch. "These are my very first eggs," clucked Dora proudly. "I must get all my friends to come and admire them." Dora climbed out of the hen house and into the farmyard. "Who shall I visit first?" she wondered. "I know. I'll go find Debbie Duck." Dora hopped over the fence and across the field until she reached the pond. "Hello, Debbie," she called. "Would you like to come and see my eggs?" "I can't come now," quacked Debbie. "I'm teaching my babies to swim." Dora stood watching the ducklings splashing around and learning to paddle. Somehow, she felt a little bit less excited. "My eggs are nice," she thought, "but those fluffy ducklings are much nicer." Dora was just a little bit sad as she trotted over to the sty to visit Penny Pig. "Hello, Penny," she chuckled. "Would you like to come and see my eggs?" But Penny didn't hear. She was having too much fun tumbling around with her wiggly piglets. Dora gave a little sigh. My eggs are nice, she thought, but those wiggly piglets are much nicer. Dora gave another little sigh as she climbed the hill to find Sally's sheep. Would you like to come and see my eggs? She asked Sally. Not today, bleated Sally. I'm too busy keeping an eye on my lambs. Dora looked at the lambs frolicking in the field. She felt rather glum. My eggs are nice, she thought, but those playful lambs are much nicer. Very sadly, Dora walked back to the farmyard. On her way, she bumped into Daisy Dog. Hello, Daisy, clucked Dora. Would you like to come and see my eggs? Sorry, Dora, barked Daisy, wagging her tail. I can't come now. I'm taking my puppies for a walk. Dora was beginning to feel quite miserable. My eggs are nice, she thought, but those cute puppies out for a walk are much nicer. In the farmyard, Dora stopped at the cowshed. She wished she felt happier. Perhaps Clarissa the cow could cheer her up. Would you like to see my eggs? She called. Shh, mewed Clarissa softly, nodding at the straw. Snuggled up by her feet was a newborn calf, fast asleep. Dora wanted to cry. My eggs are nice, she whispered. But that little calf all snuggled up is much nicer. Dora walked back across the yard in the sunlight and climbed into the hen house. Her eggs were just as she had left them, smooth and brown and very still. My eggs are nice, sighed Dora, fluffing out her feathers, but everyone else's babies are much nicer. Very sadly, Dora settled herself down onto her nest. Crack! Dora jumped up in surprise. Oh no, cried Dora, I've broken them. Tears began to roll down her face. They splashed onto the nest and over the cracked eggs. As each tear fell, the cracks grew wider and wider until suddenly... up popped a fluffy head. Then another, and another. Soon the nest was full of tiny chicks. Cheep, cheep, the chicks peeped, cheep, cheep. Dora stopped crying and stared at her babies. It didn't matter that the eggs were broken. The new chicks were everything Dora had ever wanted. Proudly she strutted into the farmyard, and one by one the chicks followed after her. All the animals stopped and looked. Why, Dora, quacked Debbie, they're as fluffy as my ducklings. And wiggly like my piglets, oinked Penny. They're as playful as my lambs, bayed Sally. And you can take them for walks, just just like my puppies, barked Daisy. The best of all, mooed Clarissa, your chicks can snuggle up to you like my calf snuggles up to me. Cluck, said Dora, happily agreeing with her friends. My eggs were nice, but my chicks are much, much nicer. The end.